World War II, a conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation, cast a long shadow over humanity. The war engulfed nations, drawing millions into its deadly embrace and leaving a trail of destruction that reshaped the world. Amidst the battles and bloodshed, the Nazi regime implemented a systematic and horrific plan to exterminate Jews and other minorities. This plan, known as the Holocaust, was a chilling testament to the depths of human cruelty and the perils of unchecked hatred. At the heart of this genocide stood Auschwitz, a concentration and extermination camp that became a symbol of unimaginable cruelty. The name Auschwitz has since become synonymous with the horrors of the Holocaust, a stark reminder of the atrocities committed. Established in 1940, Auschwitz rapidly expanded into a complex of camps, including Auschwitz-Birkenau, designed specifically for mass murder. The camp's infrastructure was meticulously planned to maximize the efficiency of its deadly purpose. Prisoners, transported in cattle cars, faced unimaginable conditions subject to starvation, disease, and forced labor. The journey to Auschwitz was often a death sentence in itself, with many perishing before even reaching the camp. Gas chambers and crematoria operated relentlessly, claiming the lives of over 1 million innocent people, primarily Jews. The scale of the killing was industrial, with the camp's facilities designed to process human lives with chilling efficiency. As the war raged on, Allied forces gradually uncovered the horrors of the Nazi regime. The liberation of concentration camps revealed the full extent of the atrocities, shocking the world and providing irrefutable evidence of the genocide. Reports of atrocities filtered through, revealing the true nature of camps like Auschwitz. Journalists and war correspondents played a crucial role in documenting and disseminating the harrowing details of the Holocaust to the global audience. The world watched in horror as the magnitude of the genocide unfolded. The Nuremberg trials sought to bring justice to the perpetrators, but the scars left by the Holocaust would never fully heal. The question arose, could anything be done to stop the killing machine at Auschwitz? Wartime governments grappled with the moral and strategic dilemmas, debating the best course of action to halt the Nazi atrocities and bring an end to the suffering. The decision of whether or not to bomb Auschwitz presented a moral and strategic dilemma for Allied leaders. Key figures like President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Prime Minister Winston Churchill faced immense pressure to act. Jewish organizations and some Allied officials pleaded for intervention, desperate to save lives. Military leaders like General Dwight D. Eisenhower and General Henry H. Arnold grappled with the logistics and potential consequences of such an operation. The weight of the decision, with its potential for both saving and ending lives, rested heavily on their shoulders. The possibility of bombing Auschwitz, while morally compelling, presented significant strategic challenges. Auschwitz, located deep within German-occupied Poland, posed a difficult target for Allied bombers, primarily operating from bases in England and Italy. Long-range bombing raids carried considerable risks for both aircraft and crew. Furthermore, the effectiveness of bombing raids on disrupting the camp's operation remained uncertain. Some argued that destroying the gas chambers and crematoria could hinder the Nazis' extermination efforts. Others feared that bombing could inadvertently kill prisoners, exacerbating the tragedy. The decision to bomb Auschwitz was further complicated by political considerations. The Allied powers, while united against Nazi Germany, had differing priorities and strategies. The US in particular maintained a policy of prioritizing the defeat of Germany over specific actions to rescue Jews. Public opinion, both domestically and internationally, played a crucial role. While news of the Holocaust gradually reached the public, the full extent of the atrocities remained unknown. Some argued that diverting resources to bomb Auschwitz could detract from the overall war effort. The moral quandary weighing lives and the ethics of warfare. At the heart of the debate lay a profound moral question. Was it ethically justifiable to bomb Auschwitz, even if it meant risking the lives of prisoners in the process? Proponents of bombing argued that any action taken to disrupt the camp's operation, even at the risk of collateral damage, was morally imperative. Opponents, however, grappled with the potential for causing further harm. The idea of dropping bombs on a concentration camp, potentially killing those they aimed to save, presented a deeply unsettling ethical dilemma. Voices of dissent. Arguments against the bombing of Auschwitz. The debate was intense and multifaceted, reflecting the complexity of wartime decision-making. The proposal to bomb Auschwitz faced opposition from various quarters, including military strategists, political leaders, and humanitarian organizations. Some military leaders argued that such a mission would divert crucial resources from strategic targets vital to winning the war. They believed that every available resource should be focused on defeating the Axis powers. They emphasized the need to prioritize the overall defeat of Germany as the most effective way to end the genocide. By crippling the Nazi war machine, they hoped to liberate all concentration camps, including Auschwitz. Logistical concerns also played a significant role. The complexity of coordinating such a mission was daunting, involving extensive planning and resource allocation. Auschwitz's location deep within enemy territory posed a considerable challenge, requiring long-range bombing raids with uncertain accuracy. The risk of missing the target and causing unintended damage was high. The potential for civilian casualties in the surrounding areas further fueled opposition to the bombing proposal. The fear of killing innocent people in the process was a significant moral and ethical concern. Additionally, some argued that humanitarian efforts should focus on providing aid and support to those already suffering, rather than risking more lives in a potentially futile bombing mission. A decision deferred, the reasons behind inaction. So ultimately, despite repeated pleas and proposed plans, the US and its allies chose not to bomb Auschwitz. The reasons for this inaction remain a subject of debate among historians. Some argue that the decision stemmed from a combination of strategic considerations, logistical challenges, and political complexities. Others contend that a degree of indifference towards the plight of European Jews played a role. Anti-Semitism, while not openly espoused, existed within segments of Western society, potentially influencing the decision-making process. The unfolding tragedy. Auschwitz continued operation. The decision not to bomb Auschwitz had devastating consequences. The camp continued its horrific operation, claiming the lives of countless innocent people. The gas chambers and crematoria functioned relentlessly, fueled by Nazi ideology and the machinery of genocide. Each day that passed without intervention meant more lives lost. The absence of a concerted effort to disrupt the camp's operation allowed the Nazi regime to carry out its extermination plan with horrifying efficiency. Historical significance, remembering the decision and its implications. The decision not to bomb Auschwitz stands as a haunting reminder of the complexities and moral dilemmas faced during wartime. It raises profound questions about the balance between strategic considerations and humanitarian imperatives. The lack of decisive action, despite knowledge of the atrocities taking place, continues to spark debate and soul-searching. The legacy of Auschwitz serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked hatred and the importance of confronting evil. It compels us to remember the victims, honor the survivors, and learn from the mistakes of the past. Conclusion. A legacy marred by inaction. The echoes of this decision reverberate through history, casting a long shadow over the actions and inactions of those in power. The decision not to bomb Auschwitz remains a controversial and deeply unsettling chapter in World War II history. Despite the overwhelming evidence of the atrocities being committed, the Allied forces chose a path of inaction, a choice that has been scrutinized and debated for decades. The complex interplay of strategic, political, and ethical factors ultimately led to inaction, with tragic consequences for those imprisoned within the camp's walls. Military leaders weighed the potential risks and benefits, but the human cost of their decision was immeasurable. The suffering endured by the prisoners is a stark reminder of the consequences of hesitation and indecision. The legacy of this decision serves as a reminder of the enduring power of hate and the importance of vigilance in confronting injustice. Survivors' stories and memorials around the world stand as testaments to the resilience of the human spirit and the necessity of remembering our past to prevent future atrocities. As we grapple with the complexities of history, it is our duty to remember the victims, learn from the past, and strive to create a more just and compassionate world. The lessons of Auschwitz compel us to act with courage and conviction in the face of injustice, ensuring that such horrors are never repeated. Our collective memory and actions today shape the future we build for generations to come.